Um, I know a lot of you don't know this, but my mother, she just passed away on 9/11. It didn't sneak up on me. We knew it was coming for a long time, and I know some of you are probably looking at me a little bit weird, like, how can you be here if your mother just died? I tell you what, if you would know my mom, she would have been saying like, how could you not be there? You got a job to do, son. Handle it. She wouldn't say it quite like that. That sounds pretty black. She would have said that in Japanese, you know what I'm saying? My mom passing away let me know something. Life is just way too short, folks. And I had the privilege of praying my mother into the kingdom also. It was really weird how God used me like that. And I still don't, just am awed that he would trust me with something like that. And so this poem is called Superhero. And I actually played this poem for my mom right before she passed away. She didn't get it. Not even kidding. Because in Japanese culture, for anyone who knows anything about Japanese culture, they really value being the same as everyone else. The Japanese folks, they want to be the same. And so for me to describe my mom as a superhero was just something that she didn't get. She didn't understand what I was talking about. Why would you think I'm a superhero? I just did everything that a mother is supposed to do. And so she didn't get it. And I know that she's here someplace. And that this will probably be the first time that she actually gets why I think of her as my superhero. Let me introduce you to an honest-to-God, bona fide superhero who hails from Japan, not Krypton, a true child of the sun, with beams of life-giving light emanating from her smile. And even though she had the strength of 1,000 men, her true strength was shown when she was being gentle, with bones as hard as metal, but with a heart as big and soft as a cloud. And when she was young, she fell down that hill while carrying 2 buckets of water as big as small planets, and she tumbled in a series of somersaults, pirouettes, and a cloud of dust. But a God-given destiny protected her, because anyone else would have died on that hill that day, but she was unbreakable, like Bruce Willis. But eventually, her spirit was broken, because that fall had created shearing bolts of pain that emanated in her head every time she needed to concentrate. And so she was thrown onto society's trash heap, and eventually became a bar girl and never tried to do anything of importance in this world. However, her destiny still called. And then she met him, the man that would eventually become her arch nemesis. But the funny thing is that they started off in love. And so they got married. And their love carried them to their first child. But then he started to change, because the Agent Orange that he breathed in during the Vietnam War had mutated his soul into a molten volcano that spewed forth fiery hot lies and produced a massive lava flow of adultery. And by her 3rd child, she realized she couldn't win, and so she left him. However, that is when her superpowers kicked in, because her super strength was demonstrated by holding together a battered and bruised family with nothing more than God's grace and her undoubtable will. And with 3 children, she had to move around as fast as the Flash in order to work overtime at the assembly line, and then come home, make dinner, make beds, make lunch, and then make up lies as to why their father didn't come over when he said he would. Again, and every Christmas, she would concentrate through the pain and scribble mathematical notes down to herself furiously, and like Mr. Fantastic, stretch her minuscule budget in order to make sure we always have presents, not even realizing that a nemesis had canceled Christmas a long time ago. And so this woman is my hero, born with ice in her veins, lightning in her lungs, hands as hard as cement blocks, but with a heart as soft as a warm summer. Unfortunately, the villain in this story is my father. However, the hero of that is my mother.